In today's video, I'm sharing with you what's on my Google Pixel Watch 2. Let's get right into it. Okay, friends, this video comes from a comment that I received on a recent Google Pixel video. So thank you to the person who commented this, but they essentially just asked me to share what is on my Google Pixel Watch 2. They noticed that I had a smartwatch, and yes, I do have the Google Pixel Watch 2. So we're going to do that in today's video, and it's going to be another casual, chill, chatty kind of video. I got another comment in my Google Pixel 9 Pro review video where someone really appreciated the fact that it feels like we're on a video call with each other when I'm doing these kinds of videos, and I love that, and I want to do more of that style of videos. So that's what we're going to do right now. I took my watch off, obviously, so that I can show you what is on it, and I'm just going to sit here and show it to you in this way, just like zoom in really close and show you, because that's probably the best way, but if not, like, hopefully it'll be sufficient. I hope it'll be fine. And I think it will be because I don't have too much on this watch, just a spoiler. But in terms of specs, like I said, I have the Google Pixel Watch 2. This is the second Google Pixel Watch that has been created, and I believe there is a third one out now. I know I'm going to get questions about why I haven't upgraded this, and to be honest with you, I really don't feel the need to upgrade. I don't think I really want to upgrade. It's not something that I feel compelled to do when it comes to a smartwatch. If it works, it works. And also, I haven't noticed like major differences between all of the watches to a point where I feel compelled to get a new one or upgrade to a new one. So, stuck with the Google Pixel Watch 2. If you're curious about an updated review on this, let me know in the comments, but let's jump into it. This is the watch, what is this called? The band, the watch band. This is the watch band that the watch comes with, and it fits me very well, and it seems to have stayed quite clean and crisp. As you can see, it matches my Google Pixel 9 Pro. I have this in porcelain, and so the watch band is also in that nice kind of soft, warm white shade. But yeah, that is it. And then this is what my watch face looks like. I'm going to try my best to not, I just got a notification at the moment that I showed you the face. I'm going to try to not show reflections from my window, but that is what my watch face looks like. The watch face that I use is the everyday one because it has all of the stuff that is important to me. I have the temperature, I have my steps, I have the date, and I have the time, and that's all that's really important to me. But sometimes during seasonal moments like Halloween or Christmas time, I like to customize my face a little bit more to get into the festive spirit. And I use an app called, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Pujie, Pujie? I don't know. But that's the name of the app, and you can customize watch faces for the Google Pixel watches in the app. So you have to do all of the customization in the app on your phone, and then you can send it to your watch, and then you can like configure the app with your watch and your phone, and it will do custom watch faces. And so I just did one for the spring, so I can show you an example. That's what that looks like. I did like a nice subtle green color, like a sagey green color for the text. And then there's like a little bumblebee in the middle, a yellow bumblebee. The bumblebee is not from anywhere special. I just got a like graphic from Canva. But yeah, you can really customize it all the way down to the font, the colors, the structure, like the formatting, all of those things in that app. So I just wanted to share that app with people who are really into customizations, which I know a lot of Android users are. So that's that, but this is the face that I'm going with now. And I should also say that this watch face, I changed the color throughout the year as well. So it is springtime right now, so I changed it to a green color. What color is it exactly? It's dandelion. But say in February, I changed it to a pink color, if that makes sense. Anyway, enough about the watch face. You can customize a lot with the watch face, if anything at all, on this watch. It's not extremely customizable aside from that. I'll just let people know that. And I'll just also say that as a disclaimer about Google Pixel devices in general. They are on the more simplistic, minimal side, so there's not major customizations that you can do compared to other Android devices, but there are some slight customizations that you can do. With that being said, this is what I have on my first swipe. So this is the watch face, and then I swipe over. This is the first thing that I have. those are my steps. I have very little steps right now. Then when I swipe once more, I have my heart rate there. And all of these things are kind of being powered through Fitbit. But if you remember, I have an Aura Ring as well. So what I do is I connect my Fitbit to sync with Google Fit, and then my Google Fit syncs with my Aura Ring so that all of my fitness data goes into my Aura Ring that way. But just know that this is being powered by Fitbit because I believe Google purchased Fitbit. Anyway, so that's the steps, that's the heart rate. The next thing is emergency sharing. I talked about this in my Google Pixel 9 Pro review, but I do think the safety features on these devices are really great. It's a pro for me, and so I have that very quickly accessible on my watch. I think that's genius. Then I also have safety check, another safety feature. I'm very grateful to say that I haven't had to actually use these, but it's really nice that I can really quickly swipe to them. And then the next thing that I swipe over to is Google Keep. You all know that Google Keep is my favorite, one of my favorite apps ever. And I can create a note, I can create a list from here. I can also hit browse and load my own notes that I have in here. So that's really cool. Another great thing to have just on your watch face. I imagine like going to the grocery store, I can quickly look at this, or if I have like a weekend to-do list and I don't want to pull my phone out, I can quickly look at it from there. And that is it. So if we swipe all the way around after the Google Keep, it goes back to the watch face. I don't have much on my Google Pixel Watch 2. I don't necessarily gravitate to looking at my watch before looking at my phone. And I'm assuming that's kind of the common thing for most people. However, if I'm at work or if I really don't want to pick up my phone or if I have my phone charging, these things are really nice and handy to have right there. And I will also say you can text from here as well. You can text by typing on the screen. You can text by saying what you want to say, and then it will create the text for you. You can edit those things before you hit send. You can send emojis, all of those things. So again, just one of those things where if my phone is not at reach or if I don't want to reach for my phone, I can do those things. I can also take phone calls from this. Really great stuff. And then if you did not know, if you swipe down, you can access the settings for the watch. And there's quite a bit of settings. I don't really use much of these settings. One is the flashlight. I really don't use this because it's not super bright, but it is kind of bright. I guess if you're in a really dark room, it would count, but it's cool that it's there that you can quickly swipe down and access. I do use airplane mode on this. I also use Find My Phone on this. I use Find My Phone quite a lot. There's a thing with me where sometimes I'll put my phone down and I swear that I'll know where I put it and then I won't be able to find it. So I use my watch for that as well. I don't mess with the brightness. I kind of use the auto brightness. Sometimes I use the mute option. That's like if I'm at work and I don't want it to be like dinging on my wrist. I do that and it sets to vibrate, like a very gentle vibrate. The bedtime mode, there is a bedtime mode on the setting as well. It auto detects based off of what settings I have on my phone. So that's pretty cool that I don't have to manually click bedtime mode on this. And that's pretty much it that I have set up on my watch. Now I'll just show you that if you swipe off the home screen or the watch face and you hold down on one of your apps, you can open up a menu where you can add other things. And so I'll just share some cool things. There are a lot. By the way, if you did not know, you can scroll from the little bezel on the side and you can press down on that as well if you don't want to just use your finger. I personally prefer the bezel. That's one of the pros that I have for this watch is that it has the bezel. But anyway, some cool things that you can add, and I might actually add some of these things. You can add body response, which is basically your body response to like stress. So I might add that. Yeah, I'm going to add that. You can also do exercise buttons. Like if you want to manually start an exercise, you can do that. I don't usually do that. I let the watch auto detect that. There's sleep. There's an ECG check. There are favorites. So if you want like a list of all your favorite apps that you use, you can do that as well. I don't think that's really necessary given that I have very little on my watch. You can access your TV from here. I'm really not a TV person like that, so that's not necessary for me. You can access Google Maps, YouTube, and it even shows a display that you can open up a playlist for workouts. So that's cool. You can open up tasks. You can see a view of your tasks, your next event. So if you have like a really packed calendar, that would probably be really useful to have on your watch. I personally don't need to look at my watch to see my full calendar. Actually, that might actually be useful. You know what? Let's just put it on my screen so that I can decide whether or not I keep that later. Let's see what else we have. We have favorite contacts, we have individual contacts, we have alarms, we have timers, emails, single note. That's pretty cool. That actually sounds really cool, but I'm not going to use it. Assistant, I don't really use Assistant on this watch, even though that's definitely a possibility. Forecast, you all know that I like the weather on my watch because it's on my watch face, so I don't need to have an app for it necessarily. You can see the sunrise, you can have a program like just for the sunrise. UV index, breathing exercises, goals. Goals looks very similar to the Apple Watch where you close a circle. I know like closing a circle is a thing in the Apple world. That's what it looks like. Heart points, which is probably like a culmination of things that you do throughout your day to gain points for heart health. We have heart rate, we have workouts. Again, that's two different things that you can do for workouts. We have playlists, podcasts that looks to be powered by Spotify, and then contacts and voice messages. So again, a lot of different things that you can add. And they're not extremely customizable. These are all provided by Google, but they're slightly customizable depending on what you select. And I'm pretty sure because I was able to add in my own app with this watch face thing, I'm sure you can customize and add your own apps to this as well. I've never tried that. Again, I'm pretty low maintenance when it comes to my watch and what I really want displayed. Let's be real, I'm pretty low maintenance when it comes to anything with my phones and my watches, but I know other people love to customize all the way down to the very small detail, minute things. So I say that I think you can customize a little bit more than what I'm doing here, but I like to keep things simple. So with that being said, this is a very short video because of that very reason, but I hope it was interesting to see a little bit about my watch. A lot of people ask me about this watch when they see it out in the wild because it looks like an actual watch as well. So I don't know, that's just a random little tidbit about the watch, but I really like it. I have been enjoying it. It does have its cons. It probably has one big con, actually, just one. But aside from that, I really do love this watch. And if you want more information about the watch, if you want me to do a Q&A about the watch, definitely leave your questions down in the comment section. And if you want me to do an updated review, if you want to hear about those pros and cons, however many months or years later that I've used this watch, also let me know in the comments. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope it was fun and chill to just sit and talk about Google Pixel things. And I will talk to you in the next video.